Your professional learning is imperative to the growth of your school site. As a principal, as an educator, as support staff, if you don't know the latest news or research in technology, in professional learning, in student ownership of learning, in mathematics, science, engineering, language, you're behind. And right now, growth is exponential. And you know that because we have the internet, we have the World Wide Web, and now we have ChatGPT. Where do you go for your professional learning? Now, I know we can actually hop on Google, get some insight, find some research. How many of you actually take the time to go to Eric and research and read those very, very in-depth peer-reviewed articles? How many of you go to dissertations and read about the latest knowledge in education? I know you want to, but time is moving forward. And sometimes you're just exhausted by the time you get home. And then you don't have time when you're at your school site. Maybe something's going on. So how do you do that? Now, I'm going to say yes. Again, I'm a fan of ChatGPT. I'm also a fan of professional learning at conferences. And I asked ChatGPT, give me the top EdTech conferences in the United States. So I'm going to share those with you. So let's jump right into it. Last year, I had the privilege of going to the International Society for Technology and Education Conference, ISTE. It was held in New Orleans. It was a blast. I learned a lot. I mean, my head was on fire. We talked about the metaverse. We had interactive sessions, creating content in Google. Mind-blowing. And you got to see students performing and working with STEM education. Yes, EdTech with a focus. There were so many vendors and so much new equipment that, wow. And yes, that is probably the one conference that I think every educator should go to at least once. And yes, there are grants out there like the National Science Foundation will help you get there. This year it's in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. It's ISTE 2023 or ISTE Live 23. That's my number one conference. Now, there are a few other ones that I'm going to share with you right now. Yes, ChatGPT told me about them. I've not been to them, but now I'm thinking, I didn't know about these. And I used to Google all the time, EdTech conferences. Yes, people told me about the conferences or other conferences, but that's how I found out about ISTE. I didn't find it necessarily on the World Wide Web. ChatGPT gave me a list. Here we go. In the United States, some of the top teacher conferences for educational technology, in addition to the International Society for Technology and Education, ISTE conference, include number 1, FETC, Future of Education Technology Conference. This is an annual conference that brings together educators, administrators, and technology experts to explore the latest trends and innovations in education technology. Number 2, this conference is an extension of the popular South by Southwest Festival, also known as SXSW EDU Festival, and focuses on educational, technology, and innovation. It features keynote speakers, panel discussions, and hands-on workshops. Number 3, EdSurge Fusion. This is an annual event that brings together educators, entrepreneurs, and investors to discuss the latest trends and innovations in educational technology. Number 4, EdTech X Global. This conference is held annually in San Francisco. Oh my gosh, I did not know that. And London, and focuses on the intersection of education and technology. It features keynotes, panel discussions, and a startup competition. Ooh, that's kind of intriguing. Number 5, Digital Learning Annual Conference. This conference is organized by the Digital Learning Collaborative and focuses on K-12 digital learning. It features keynote speakers, panel discussions, and hands-on workshops. Now, I asked ChatGPT to give me a little bit more information about the conferences, but nothing more than the websites. They are down in the description, so if you want to click on them, they're available. The conferences actually provide opportunities for educators and administrators. Jump in, check it out, go to their website. And yes, again, it's in the description. I highly recommend ISTE. That's the one that I can actually give you information about because I did attend. And I will be attending this year in Pennsylvania. And then in ISTE Live 24, it's in Colorado, Denver, Colorado, that is. So I do think that if you are an administrator, a teacher, or support staff, go out of your way to try to go to at least one conference every year or one conference every other year so that your professional learning is enhanced. Share it back with your colleagues, have a conversation about it. Try to go with a team of at least 3 people so that you're not the only one that's experiencing it. And yes, there are other conferences that I recommend that are not specifically focused on EdTech, and I will share that in another video. But these conferences, they're specifically focused on EdTech, and who knows, maybe it's an innovation that you can actually use in the classroom. And I am sure these conferences will be talking about ChatGPT, also known as Chat Generative Pre-trained Transformer. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, turn on the bell, comment. Tell me what you're doing in education with conferences and how you're sharing it out at your school site.